Hey YouTube, this is Eddie's Tech Talk, and this is my review of the Verizon Ellipsis 7 tablet. You might say, well, Verizon's phones, right? For some of you out there, you'd be like, Verizon's phones, what the heck is going on? What's with the tablet? This is part of their Ellipsis series of products. I think they have like a mobile hotspot that's an Ellipsis product. But it's basically a tablet just with 4G enabled, so you can see over here on the side that there is, in fact, if I can get this door open, a SIM card slot. So you basically have internet everywhere. You have 4G everywhere you go. Of course, you do have to pay for that, but you can get that option if it does suit your needs. So I will have to ask you to excuse me this one time. I might sound a little horrible, but it's because I do have a little bit of a cold going on. So let's just run over the tech specs of the device here. I'm getting this from Verizon's official website. It says 156.72 hours of standby time. Who knows if that's true? 736.8 minutes of usage. And everything's probably a bit lower than forecasted. You know, they probably beef up the specs a little bit. 3.2 megapixel rear-facing camera. I mean, no one really uses their tablet camera for much, but that's really anemic as far as that camera goes. It weighs 12.7 ounces. The back's made of plastic, so it does feel reasonably light and pretty portable. The battery is a 4,000 milliamp per hour battery, and you have Android 4.4.2 on this device. It's not updatable to KitKat. Oops, sorry about that. I don't know if we're going to get KitKat. The screen here is a 7-inch display, 1280 by 800 pixel display, 216 pixels per inch. It's an IPS panel, multi-touch, 3.2 megapixel, like I said, rear facing. That can record up to 1080p HD, but only 12 frames per second, so you're probably better shooting at 720p. Just a VGA 0.3 megapixel front-facing camera. Really terrible quality there as far as the specifications go. Quad-core 1.2 gigahertz processor with a little over 1 gigabyte of RAM, 8 gigabytes of storage, but there is a micro SD card slot over here that you can expand your storage with. There is a problem with the storage, and I'll get into that a little bit later. It does have GPS, and of course it has 4G inside to use anywhere you go. So let's go around the device. We have two front-facing speakers here. Pretty cool that they have front-facing speakers, so if the device is lying flat, you can still hear the sound as it is projected upward. Around the bottom here we have the micro USB charging and nothing else. Over here we have the little door. This is good as far as design goes. Keeps this, you know, with the door closed, flush with the rest of the device. But doors always can break, you know. They can always fall off, so that does concern me a little bit. But I've had no problems with the door while I've had the tablet for use. There's the SIM card slot for your 4G LTE connectivity and your micro SD card slot for expandable storage. We have volume rocker and a power button here. Headphone jack up top. Nothing on this side. The back's got a big, huge Verizon logo. The camera, the front, nothing else significant. Verizon branding and the camera there. So let's turn this device on, I guess, or wake it from sleep mode and see what it has to offer here. So first, I'll get into the display. Now the display, I thought 1280 by 800. I mean, honestly, if they kind of ripped the specs out of a 2012 Nexus 7. You know, give or take a little bit here and there. The display is reasonably clear. I'll try and change this wallpaper up to something maybe a little more vibrant. We'll change it to that. But the colors don't seem to pop off this display, and I see that it's getting some bad camera feedback there, so I'll change it again. But I'm not seeing the colors like pop off the display. It just doesn't seem like a very clear display to me in comparison to some other devices I've used. But it is reasonably quick through home screens. I don't really have a whole lot up, so it'd be pretty dismal to see if it wasn't zippy going through these few screens and few widgets I do have. App menu, it does come with all your Verizon bloatware you'd expect. Some of these like Audibles, some bloatware, blah blah blah. iHeartRadio I didn't want, and you can't uninstall, I don't believe. Nope, you can't. We'll just drag that out there. And now this leads me into my storage problem. If you go to settings, and you go to apps, there's only, if you can see down there, it says 0.92 gigabytes used and 64 megabytes free. There's only a 1 gigabyte partition out of the 8 gigs in this tablet for apps. And I don't even have a lot of apps. A lot of this was bloatware that Verizon put on the device themselves. And there's just no space for apps at all. No matter what you do about it. I mean, they say they've released a software update where you can move things to tablet space. But some of it says move to app space, not tablet space. I don't really know how that works. So that's kind of bad. Yeah, move to tablet space. I don't know. So apparently it's moved to the tablet space now. But there's just no space for apps on the device, hardly at all. So, sorry, I do have the sniffles like I said. So there just isn't a lot of space for apps. Verizon puts a lot of their own apps on here, and you just don't have a lot of room for apps to put on the device. I've downloaded very few. Some, Google Music, the Hangouts app, Google Chrome. I believe I downloaded Google Chrome. It might have been stock on this device. Oh, Chrome was actually on the device already, so I didn't download that. But you have like Redbox Instant, iHeartRadio, a lot of bloatware that takes up what's already tiny space on the device. Of course, you can expand your storage with microSD, but then it might, say that apps will force close and things might happen, because for the time being, when you download them to the device storage, you might have a little bit of a problem. So that's not very good there. I will do some video playback here for you guys, and in turn get some audio. Just use the stock Google keyboard. I really do like that they opted for stock Android. They didn't really change things up very much. That's cool. If you put Eddie's Tech Talk in YouTube with no spaces, it doesn't even bring me up, so that's cool. We'll put Eddie's Tech Talk with, there we go. I come up now. Look at me go. And I'll just play one of my reviews here when I sound a little bit. I'll play this one. Ask Eddie's Tech Talk, Galaxy S5 rumors, the future of wearable tech, and more. Quick plug, I'm doing my next video, my next Ask Eddie's Tech Talk video, and I need your questions, so submit them, please. But we'll play this here for some video playback. Oh, we get ads. Look at this. Nice ads. This bar change, actually, you can actually change the theme of stuff, and I'll just put this at full volume real fast just so you can see the speaker loudness.
Tech Talk, and this is a new feature, a new show on Eddie's Tech Talk called Ask Eddie's Tech Talk. That's me, if you didn't know.
Alright, so video playback here.
I'll apologize.
Oh, nope, go back to me. Man, I do have to do this all through the camera, so it is hard sometimes.
Hey YouTube, this is Eddie's Tech Talk, and this is a new feature, a new show on Eddie's Tech Talk.
Video looks pretty clear. I only record in 720p, but it looks pretty clear. But again, colors just don't pop all that much.
Very fine. They just love their screens, I suppose. They really specialize it and hang their hat on it at the end of the day as screens. So I think it's gonna have a much better screen. They're saying they might scale TouchWiz back a little bit. I don't foresee that happening.
Alright, so there's that. So if the sole thing you're using this for is media consumption, if you're just gonna check your email, watch videos off YouTube, things like that, not internal videos, you wouldn't have enough space to transfer internal videos. But if you were gonna like stream online videos, stream online music, things like that, this tablet's good for you. I mean, if you sign up for the plan on Verizon, if that's something you want to do, you can get internet everywhere, stream it, all that cool stuff. So it is a fairly decent overall consumption tablet if you need a 4G tablet cheap. 4G tablets I think are really expensive, unnecessarily expensive if you need my 2 cents on that one. But I'll just zoom in here so you can try and see some pixels or lack thereof. Just like I said, the display doesn't pop, and I'll compare it real fast to the Lenovo Mix 2 8 that I also have to review here. And this tablet's a little bit different. It's actually an 8-inch screen with a 1280 by 800 pixel display. But I just think that the colors on the Lenovo are more vibrant. There's just more clarity. And I'll just open up just to compare with an 8-inch screen that has the same resolution as the Ellipsis 7. We'll open up a web page here, and we'll go to eddiestechtalk.weebly.com on both these respective browsers. I think it might open the desktop site here on the Lenovo. Yeah, it did. Alright, we'll just zoom in. And as you see, I zoomed in. One of these is the desktop site, one of these is the mobile site. But text just looks a little bit clearer, to me at least, on the Lenovo tablet, which is an inch bigger and has the same resolution, so there's less pixels per inch than on this tablet, which means this tablet ideally is supposed to be clearer. Something that I didn't find. I was disappointed with the display, even though it is a 1280 by 800 pixel resolution. I actually didn't use this for the full review period, I'll be honest. I mean, what you see is what you get. You know, you look up the tech specs. It has a decent speed, should be able to handle most of your games, although if there's space for it. Things like that. I mean, what you see is what you get. You get a 4G tablet that's good for media consumption. It's good for watching YouTube videos, maybe posting an update to Twitter, update to Facebook, all those other things. Probably good for that. But I mean, it's not a power tablet. You know, if you're a power user, you might want to stay away from this particular tablet. Also, you know, if you want to produce content, maybe you want to go to a Windows tablet. And if you don't need 4G all the time, buy a different tablet. I mean, this retails for $150 on contract at Verizon, then you have to pay the monthly plan just like you would if it was a smartphone. So if you don't need internet all the time, there's better tablets that are Wi-Fi only that can be purchased for just a little more money than this, or some probably around the same price as this. But it's a pretty good price on contract. It's one of the cheaper 4G tablets in existence, and if that's what you need it for, you need tablet use all the time, you want the big screen, the tablet on the 4G data, and if you want to turn it into a hotspot, which you can somewhere. My uncle actually has this, and he does it. There we go, tethering a mobile hotspot. He actually really likes this tablet for his personal use. You know, you can turn the hotspot on. This whole time I've been on 4G on the tablet. You can Bluetooth tether, USB tether, etc., etc. So, and my uncle uses it for that purpose. He tethers it to like his laptop and stuff, and it's actually cheaper for him than a mobile hotspot. So if you're going to go mobile hotspot or this, I mean, if the price is competitive, go with the tablet. You get, you know, your consumption, you get an extra screen. So you do have to view this tablet as a buyer maybe a little bit differently than a normal tablet if you were buying a Wi-Fi only one. It's very competitive in like the Wi-Fi hotspot category because you can use it as one, and it's a tablet. You can also consume media and all those cool and fun things. So you do have to view it a little bit differently, I suppose. Overall, in my and the back here, I didn't comment before, but it's made of like a plastic. I compared it to my mom's Galaxy S3, a bit more matte finish, maybe a little higher quality plastic than the one Samsung employs on those phones. My use in the tablet, pretty good. I mean, didn't impress me all that much. It's not a tablet I would buy because I just don't need the 4G connectivity. If you live in like New York, Chicago, you know, and you ride the subway, or you know, whatever use you have for a tablet where you know, you just need a little bit more content on a little bit bigger screen than, say, your smartphone, maybe for e-reading or something. This tablet's good for that, but it's not good for heavy usage or, like, computer replacement, obviously, the Android tablet there. But it is good, you know, if you need just a light tablet that doesn't do all that much except your basic tasks, and you need 4G all the time. So this has been probably a little bit more concise than usual. Please let me know what you think. Do you have an Ellipsis 7? Do you want an Ellipsis 7? Let me know what your usages are for. I mean, for me personally, I wouldn't pick it up just because it doesn't suit my needs, but I can see the market where it would suit people's needs, and it seems to do so quite well at an economic and effective price there. So let me know in the comments below. Always, like I said, Eddie's Tech Talk. We need some stuff for Ask Eddie's Tech Talk. Inbox me those on YouTube. Comment on Twitter with the hashtag Ask Eddie's Tech Talk. And I'll see you guys in the next video.